Today I'm going to give you 5 very strong decks to play for the October season of Clash Royale. Starting off with one of the decks that I find the most fun to play in Clash Royale that's actually usable again, E-Giants. Now, there are plenty of different E-Giant variants you can use, which I think makes E-Giant a lot more fun and accessible to play. Usually, I don't recommend this deck because it's impossible to play, but right now, E-Giant looks a lot more playable in the meta, looks like it could beat a lot of more things, and the defense is out of this world. So, if you're not even facing the meta decks and normal people decks, don't even worry. Okay, it looks like we're not facing a normal person deck anyways. Golden Knight, Mega Knight. Okay, so the defense with this deck is really the pillar, and what makes it so strong is that, you know, you have Splash, you have the Dark Prince that has good damage, it has good Splash, you have 3 different Splash units, you have a good spell combination, there's 3 spell combinations, you can even in a pickle use the frickin' E-Giant on defense. So in reality, you should never be struggling to deal with too many pushes, unless we're being stupid and we're spending too much elixir on offense. Really, E-Giant is not a deck that you need to be super aggressive with. There's opportunities that will come during the game for you to go E-Giant, and I think they're pretty easy to see, but usually you just want to sit back, play some good defense, then once you get a nice little counter push going, you can start to go in and start to get hella damage. But yeah, I mean, you practically can defend any push in the deck, or in the game, as long as you have enough elixir here. I am going to lightning this, and it's, I like to be a little aggressive with my lightnings, because oftentimes you can catch people off guard, you can get really good value. Sometimes even people go, oh, you used your lightning, surely you're low on elixir, and I'm literally not, and I'm able to defend them anyways. But yeah, I mean, here's a game where... Did he predict my Goblin Hut with the frickin' tornado? Yeah, I mean, here's a game where we kind of haven't really broke through it all. We haven't really took any damage either, but since he has an Evo Mega Knight, I need to go with my E-Giant, or else he's just going to sit there and use that Evo Mega Knight forever, or he's just going to hold on to it forever until I go E-Giant. Now, what I do want to do is use Speedy Baby Dragon to help out my push a little bit. It doesn't really make a difference. Like, it really, you can bypass buildings. There's so much stuff you can do with the Evo Baby Drag plus E-Giant. And now that his Evo's out of hand, I think I will be still going with the Goblin Hut here. And let's see, maybe he'll give me something to use my Baby Drag on defense on that can turn it into offense, but if not, I'll just go with an E-Giant at the back. Yeah, because he's going to have to dash into this. It's still going to get countered. He's not going to be able to reach the tower off this immediately. So now we can go with, I think, a Dark Prince here, because he's going to probably stack his Xe. I'm going to go with the Baby Dragon. Maybe if he plays it high, we can catch it. If not, oh, yeah, that's actually perfect. That's actually perfect. Okay, nice. I'm going to go Barry out here. And then we can go with a double E-Giant push because it's still speedy. And I get that he does have that Mega Knight, but I'm not... You have a Goblin Drill. Okay, and here's where the opposite lane pressure begins because, you know, he's trying to get back to his Mega Knight Evo so he can actually deal with that. Meanwhile, the right lane is calling your name, my friend. He could go with like I don't want to do a stupid lightning in case I lose the game instantly off of that, but this would be a nice lightning here. Okay, nice. We should be able to kill the Xe. Beautiful. Okay, this is not going to work at all, but it could work. It worked. It worked. I don't know why I said it didn't. Like, what are we doing? I'm gonna be honest, I was gonna wait a second to just see how much damage we did to that Golden Knight before I went Bar Barrel, because a lot of the time you want to save up elixir to get to your 4 elixir troop instead of just going Bomber, or how much does this do? Not enough. Okay. You just want to be careful. Sometimes you do need that Baby Dragon, or you're just going to end up playing useless cards the whole time. And there's a very nice win against a mid-ladder menace that I'm sure is the type of deck you guys would face when you're playing your opponents. And it made it look really easy. Next up is Hog Earthquake. Now, if you did watch my Evo tier list video, I mentioned that I thought Hog EQ would be back in the meta, but wasn't quite sure if Firecracker or the Furnace would be in the deck. Now, I think there's a good argument for both, and you could probably get away with using both. And I think the deck is a little bit different now, because usually you were able to beat certain decks when you Mighty Minored the back and then you cycled to another, or you cycled a Mighty Miner in the back and then got the 3-card cycle going. But since that's no longer a thing, I think it's both a pro and a con, because there's times where having 2 Mighty Miners is just so helpful. But at the same time, you really miss that 3-card cycle in certain matchups. But as far as, you know, most of the games in Clash Royale go, you're not going to have too big of a deal when you're, you know, dealing with that. Sometimes, I think for the majority of players, having the ability to get to 2 Mighty Miners makes the deck a lot more simple, and it makes it a lot easier to play, and a lot of matchups get much better. I don't know why you were BMing me. I really don't. I really don't, man. But okay, a lot of the time, I did learn this from Ian, you don't necessarily want to apply opposite lane pressure the moment they go in with their tank always. So we're just going to chill here for a second, get our defense going, and if he decides to pop that wonderful E-Drag Evo, we're going to hop on over to the other lane. Yes, and then now he's still going to have to deal with this Mighty Miner, Rico Cannon as well. I'd like to bar barrel up top here to distract this E-Drag momentarily. And then he's just going to put everything in the middle. Okay, that kind of makes sense, to be honest. But I think we should still kill this, which is beautiful. And so, yeah, I mean, a bit sloppy on the defense there. Probably should have dealt with those minions. It's just, I might not have been looking at the minions. So let's pretend I Mighty Minered and bombed and took no damage because that was the right play to do. Okay? I mean, I'm down to just... I'm down. I'm down. I'll take a butt ton of damage. Don't mind if I do. And this is where the Evo Furnace is going to come in handy, because a lot of the time it won't be something that instantly dies. Whereas, you know, you finally get to your Evo Firecracker and it just kind of dies instantly, and it's like, oh well, that was great. Hopefully, maybe next time she won't instantly die. But I mean, you can kind of get a lot of value. I'm trying to apply opposite lane pressure here at the same time, so he has to pick and choose what to defend. And unfortunately, I do lose my Furnace there just because of a bit of a like misplacement on my part. I go Mighty Miner here. Don't really care if she dashes into me. A mild problem on his King Tower. Mild, not you know, not too spicy, but mild. An Evo Cannon. We're definitely an Evo Cannon Glazer. Didn't really get an opportunity to do much because I didn't cycle much at all, but I mean, it still did a pretty good job there, wrapping up the minions. And yeah, that's just going to be a nice, easy victory. We're able to really show off how good having two Mighty Miners is there, because I was applying pressure with one and getting another for defense, and you can just see how it works. Next up is a brand new Miner Poison deck that was currently, or not currently, I guess yesterday was number 1, number 2, and number 3 in the world, all by different people with the brand new Skeleton Army Evo, which if you want to play, you should buy using code Vader. But yeah, I mean, Skeleton Army in this deck is really nice because there's like 4 different baiting things you can do. We have minions, Goblin Hut, if you want to call that something that you can use to bait, Skeleton King ability, Skeleton Army, of course. There's just lots of bait in this deck, and although it's not the best bait we've ever seen, it's not like a, you know, great log bait deck, maybe even wall breakers, to be honest, as well. There's still that heavy bait aspect that's going to be very effective against a lot of decks, and it's going to make more of your cards, like, you think of a card like Skeleton Army, it doesn't usually do too much, but when you have so many things the opponent needs to worry about, then it starts to become a little bit more of a problem. So, of course, with Miner Poison, we're always focusing on that really good defense, not being too aggressive necessarily, but also at the same time applying enough aggression to, you know, make sure the opponent's on their heels and that we're not just sitting down and playing defense the whole game, because we need to balance, you know, the two of them. I think I'll go Skeleton Army right up here because I can just let him spell that instantly and then go in with my ability here. And that's going to work out pretty well. Although I could have considered going with my minions as well. But I don't think I need to do anything extra here. The bats kind of just get stalled out on this endless horde of skeletons there. And yeah, I think I'll go wall breakers here as well. Hopefully we can keep this... I was going to say, I hope we could keep this couple of skeleton things alive. So that we are the spear goblins alive. Oh my god, it's way too late. Okay, I'll go with the bar barrel here, and that should be enough to deal with the witch. I mean, low-key not really, but we did end up getting more damage than he did, so a little bit sloppy there, but I didn't know he had vines. That was actually the first time he played that, so I was expecting a little bit more damage. That's okay though, so he has E-Wiz. I didn't really know why we have an Electro Wizard in our deck. But hey, let's see if we can start doing a little bit of arrows baiting here. Now, my goal, okay, I can't really arrows bait off that, but we just got a really nice interaction, so that's fine. I think we Goblin Hut here, and unfortunately the Skarmy Evo didn't really do anything. There's lots of times where the Evo just kind of underperforms and doesn't really do that much, which is why I was a little hesitant to put it as high as I put it in my Evo tier list video. But I mean, the stats right now just show that it's a really strong Evo, so you know, I kind of had to put it up there. And he keeps using his spells like that. We're pretty much defending flawlessly. I don't want to say flawless, but flawless, yeah, flawless. Are we gonna kill this E-Wiz? That would low-key be so sexy. Thank you. Talk about sexy. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just on the edge of my seat waiting for Wait for them little beauties to do their thing. Okay, why are we letting my Skelly King get mauled? That's the minions. You had one job. You had one job. And that was to not let him get mauled. But I guess, to be fair, I didn't make it clear. Should have made it clear. Let's wait till she's on the barb. Get a little bit of value out of this skeleton army. That was low-key a blunder on my part. I should have, like, played something better. I forgot the witch is just really good at dealing with the splash cards like the Skarmy there. We'll take this poison. We'll hit this ability in case he decides to get freaky. Just because I think it'll help us deal with this witch. Nice. Because I'm honestly not entirely sure that we would have killed that. Does that make sense? Like, I think there's a chance we might not have killed that if it was just the lone Skelly King. So I'll go with the Goblin Hut here. Go with the Skelly King to tank for the guard for a second so we can get infinite value out of our skeletons. Finally, he's actually doing something. It's the first time I've played him and he's actually done something. Okay, we go in here because now he doesn't have any arrows in cycle. He has vines, but you can't vine us all, baby. You can't vine us all. You can't vine us all. No, you cannot. Next up is Recruit. Now, there are a couple different variants you can play. Some people play Fireball instead of E-Spirits. They have Fireball and arrows. Some people play Fireball instead of arrows. Legitimately, whatever you're facing, if you're facing a lot of stuff you think you need Fireball for, play Fireball. It practically doesn't matter. Just play whatever version you feel comfortable with. Although I think this one is the current best Recruits deck. Yeah, just play whatever you're comfortable with. Recruits is not a deck that takes too much skill. And although there will be some matchups that are really annoying and, you know, that's kind of the nature of decks like this. There will be some matchups that are just kind of like impossible almost, but there's so many matchups that you just steamroll that I think it's very worth it. So now that his Gob Hut is out, we should be able to get deep. So it's 11:33 in the night, and I did just forget that literally not even 25 seconds ago, he just played his Skarmy. And I played those Royal Hogs willingly, knowing somewhere in the back of my head that he had a skeleton army. I'm cooked. So let's go into this knowing that he has a skeleton army and having my arrows ready for it. Because, I mean, well, I would like to also get back to another flying machine here for the middle of the board here. He's going to have to divert a whole poison to killing this flying machine unless he whips out something like the E-Spirit last second. Oh, wow. That was my E-Spirit. Oh, my God. That was my E-Spirit. Are you kidding me? My E-Spirit's the best E-Spirit of all time. Never let me complain about an E-Spirit ever again. Okay, because what was that? All right, that was low-key crazy. I'm taking that every day of the week. He is arrows baiting. He's doing the exact same thing I told you to do with the minor poison deck, which is a little frustrating. Come on, I hate when people use good strategies against me. Why can't you just play like ass? All right, I'll go flying machine. Well, no, actually, no, I won't immediately because he's going to give me, that would give him immense poison value. So instead, I will go hoggies, and I will actually have my arrows. I just, there was a lot built up right there, and yeah, that was beautiful. That really was beautiful. Now, I think something a little bit more nuanced is the timing. This is the deck I showed you last game, or the game before. I didn't even notice that. I'm so absolutely freaking fried. I can't. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice this is the deck that I just showed you guys. Wow. This is not a good look for me. But it is Recruits, so, you know, his deck is still good. It's just I'm playing Recruits. Are we going to kill that skeleton general? I think my flying machine has the mission on lock there, so we will. I don't think we're needing to play little bits of defense on this. I had a sentence planned out a couple of minutes ago, probably like 30 seconds ago, to be honest, and I just don't remember what it was. So that's fun. But I say we just go all in this lane instead, because he just used the skeleton army, and we have arrows if we need to. He goes to the last second Gob Hut. We can just get them arrows down. We have a Zappy too. Zappies don't one-shot spear goblins, which is kind of interesting. That was a really easy game, which is what you can expect from Recruits. Now, here's a lava deck from last season that I think you have to take with a little bit of a grain of salt. The reason I say this is because although I think Lava Hound will be good in this meta, I don't think this deck is necessarily the go-to best Lava Hound deck. If you already have it leveled, go ahead and try and play it. If you don't, I wouldn't instantly recommend you to just level this up, because I'm not exactly sure this is going to be the variant. We might see maybe people play iDrag, although I think this won't be a great meta for iDrag. And we might see people play, you know, maybe guards instead of Tombstone. Maybe a couple cards will get switched out. Maybe people stop playing Vines, people start playing Zap again. Who knows? We're just going to have to see. And I feel like for now, this is a very safe deck to play, and I think it will still be very good as the meta goes along. So I want to be careful here because he does have lightning, so I don't want to instantly give him very good lightning value, because when you splash when you're splashing the balloon there, he's going to get good value off that lightning. So I want to be a little careful. And now even if he NATOs this, he's still going to have a little bit of an intimidating push to deal with here. So we get our loon hit, and I could... So we're playing Skarmies on Valkyries now. I mean, you know what? I can't nitpick. What else is he supposed to do? He just needs to cycle something. Unfortunately for him, that Mega Minion is locked and loaded. And he's going to get his third hit on the tower. That's insane. Turn around, baby drag. Turn around, baby drag. Turn around, baby drag. Okay, awesome. Now we don't even have a counter push to deal with. I'm going to go Lava Hound instantly here because he is not in the position where he can just E-Giant and lightning us, especially because it's not double. But yeah, he's not in the position to do that because his hand is messed up too. And even if he did, I am not in the position... See, here he could do it, but I'm not in the position where I really care about backing up the lava because I'm already up 3,000 damage, if that makes sense. Like, I'm up so much damage that usually what I tell people is don't go lava until you're ready to go lava and you can back up the push. But if I'm up this much damage, I don't care if my lava does nothing or isn't backed up, because he's going to get a little bit of chip damage. And at this point of the game, that's kind of all I need, is just a little bit of damage. So I'm perfectly fine with letting the whole Lava Hound die. And I was still able to back it up because he wasn't able to commit to a lava or E-Giant lightning push there. And so, yeah, we've taken all of 300 damage. Yeah, this is about how this usually goes. Now, I don't necessarily agree with going balloon here every single time, but I think it's in desperation mode, and all we need is a little bit of damage, so I'm just kind of forcing him to play defense so that he's not going to be able to commit to another E-Giant, and even if he was, he still wouldn't be able to take our tower. We got an Evo Valk in hand, so we're going to be able to deal with a lot of decks pretty easily in this meta. Just being patient, timing the lava as well, and getting some good pushes going.